Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maria. I do all kinds of videos on cooking, cleaning, organizing, motherhood, lifestyle. And today's video is gonna be on my toddler treats, I would say. It's not a snack, it's something that I don't make every day or every other day. These are really fun to make and I like making them because I kind of know what ingredients I'm putting in there, so I have some control what my son is eating. But I actually do enjoy making them, and they're just a little bit more fun to make at home versus going and buying them. It just makes it a little special. Again, these are treats, so something you would do it for a special occasion or just every once in a while. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video and maybe give these recipes a try yourself and let me know if you like them or not. The first treat that I'll be making is actually one of my favorite treats to give to my son. I call it my bedtime gummy bears. Basically, it's a gummy bear, but I used Tart cherry juice, which is supposed to help with sleep. And I came across this recipe because I was desperate. My son was going through this 2-year sleep regression, and I was looking for ways to increase his sleep so he at least sleeps through the night. And Tart cherry juice helps to produce melatonin. It helps people who have insomnia. Adults or kids can drink it. The recipe is incredibly easy. All you have to do is add a cup of Tart cherry juice, add 2 tablespoons of gelatin. I'm using my beef grass-fed gelatin, but if you're a vegan, you can definitely find vegan alternatives, maybe pectin, and then 2 tablespoons of honey. I also used maple syrup in the past, which works great, and you can also switch around how much sweetness you want to add. If your son or your daughter likes it more on the tart side, then you can add less, or you can add more sweetness if they want it to be more sweeter. And that's it. So you mix it, and then you want to put it on the stove and make sure it all gets incorporated so there's no lumps. Once this mixture is on the stove, make sure it's not boiling or gets really hot, especially if you're using honey, because that'll just kill off all the good properties that the honey has to offer. And then just keep mixing it until it gets looking like this, just very smooth mixture, and then just set it aside to let it cool. Before you start filling in your gummy bear molds, make sure you spray them with some kind of oil, because I made the mistake of not doing it and then the gummy bears came out a little bit deformed and just missing an arm or a leg or something. So make sure you spray with some kind of oil, and then once the mixture is a little bit cooled off, you can start filling in. As you can see, I didn't wait that long and it's still a little runny. But if you wait a little longer, then the consistency would be a little bit thicker and it will be easier to fill them in. Once you fill in all of your little gummy bears, then you just want to put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes and they're ready to go. And then what I like to do, I like to store them in like an airtight glass container. I do store it in the fridge and they're good for up to 15 to 17 days, but they normally don't last that long. And I'm telling you, my son loves them. He has no idea that it's just, 3 easy, healthy ingredients. He thinks he's eating candy. So yeah, anyways, if your son or your daughter is having trouble sleeping, maybe you want to give them a little bit of tart cherry juice. You can even give it to them to drink, or you can just do a gummy bear and they will love it. This next treat reminds me of my childhood. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up on Goldfish and I still love it to this day, but it's just, I feel when you make it at home, it's a little bit healthier. And if you are interested in making it, this is how I do it, and it turns out really, really good. So all you need to do is add a cup of flour, a cup of your sharp cheddar cheese, and 4 tablespoons of butter. All you do is just throw everything together in a food processor. And I'm also going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder along with a teaspoon of salt. And I've done it without the garlic and onion powder and with. I like it with because it just has a little bit more flavor and my son eats it with no problem. You can definitely omit the garlic and the onion powder as well. It will still be delicious. Once you run the mixture a few times in the food processor, you want to add 2 tablespoons of cold water. You want the mixture to resemble wet sand, and the cold water makes it all kind of come together. Then you just have to put the mixture into a plastic wrap, roll it into a ball, and just put it in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes just so everything sets. After 20 minutes, this is how the dough should look like, and all I'm gonna do is just sprinkle some flour and roll it out. I actually like to cut it in fourths or even halves. That way it'll be easier to roll it out and then make the forms. If it's a really big piece of dough, it's just harder to make it all even. So I cut it in half and roll it out. And you want it about 1/4 of an inch thickness. Once I finish rolling out the dough, I'll cut out my little goldfish forms and put it in the oven, and they will fluff up so much in the oven. So if you were to roll out the dough even thinner than you wanted to, it is totally fine. So this little goldfish cookie cutter, I made it myself. It took me about 30 seconds to make it, and I don't know. You can always order one if you want. I'm sure they have some on Amazon, but I just decided to make my own, and it works just fine. Once you have your goldfish cutouts made, you can put it in the oven, preheating 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. I set my timer for 12 minutes just in case so they don't burn. And then I keep an eye for an additional 2 to 3 minutes to make sure that they are fully like crispy, golden. So the goldfish crackers are in the oven, and just a warning, these little homemade cookie cutters are not going to last you for a long time. So this is just like a one-time use because it's a little wobbly now, because I just used tape and like a cardboard from like a box from Butter. Just basically a one-time use. So if you want to invest into one, you can definitely do it on Amazon. But yeah, so this one is served this purpose, so I'm just going to toss it. But they're in the oven and they smell so good, so I can't wait to show you. This is how they turned out after they came out of the oven, exactly 17 minutes. And they definitely made the house smell really good. Overall, these are not as hard to make, and again, this is a treat. This is something I wouldn't be making on my daily basis, but they're fun to make, and I can definitely make a bigger batch, and I can store them up to 3 to 5 days in like airtight container. They're perfect on the go, or just, again, a treat, special. And the nice thing about it, you know what you put in there, you know what ingredients are in there, and you feel more comfortable having your little one eat it, or even yourself. This next treat is really easy to make again, and it's just a few ingredients. It's perfect for the summer, and especially if you live somewhere where it's hot, it's really nice to cool yourself off with this little treat. And there is no guilt in it because all it requires is a banana, peanut butter, and some chocolate, and that's it. Kids love this treat, and all I'm doing is slicing up the banana. You can slice it a little bit thinner too if you like, if you want less of the banana flavor. Then whatever peanut butter you like, crunchy or creamy, I'm using the creamy one, but crunchy would even be better, I think. So basically you just want to put a little bit on the one slice of the banana, and then you just cover it with another one. And then you put it in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes just so it sets. While the mini banana sandwiches are in the freezer, I'm gonna melt some chocolate. So just use any chocolate chips of your choice. And then you just do a water bath. Basically, you have some water on the bottom and then you put some kind of bowl on top, but make sure it doesn't touch the water. And that helps the chocolate to melt. And I'm gonna add a tablespoon of coconut oil just so it gets nice and shiny and creamy, and just let it melt. Once the chocolate chips start to melt, this is what it should look like. And you guys, I can literally drink this all by myself. One of my biggest pregnancy cravings is sweets, and chocolate is like on the top. So yeah, but anyways, this is what the consistency you're looking for. It's gonna cool off a little bit, and then you can start dipping your mini banana peanut butter sandwiches. I only had one ripe banana, that's why I have very little of these treats made. However, if I had more, I would have definitely made a full batch. But this is what it looks like, and then after the freezer, about 20 minutes, this is how they come out. The chocolate comes off really easy, just make sure you use parchment paper on the bottom, and this is it. I gave these to my son straight out of the freezer, but if you let them sit in the room temperature for about 5 to 10 minutes, then they get a little bit softer. But despite the fact they were really cold, he still enjoyed them, and I actually love eating them myself. This last treat is probably a no-brainer for most of us, and it's basically a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, uncrustable version kinda. And the way I'd make it is just I use some kind of cookie cutter, any shape that I actually have on hand, like a heart shape or a bear. And I think it just makes it more fun for the kids to eat it when it's in fun shapes and all that. So, and again, you can definitely just cut out a triangle or a circle, but if you have some kind of cookie cutter, it makes it a little bit more special for them, and it is kind of a treat. My husband absolutely loves Uncrustables, and every time I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and if I make a fun shape like this, it just puts a smile on his face as well. Brings out the kid in him, I guess, but overall, it's a treat for basically the whole family. And I always try to serve his meals with some kind of vegetable and fruit. Here I have some hummus with carrots and cucumber on the side. He sometimes eats it, sometimes he doesn't, but he's probably just gonna eat the peanut butter and jelly sandwich today. However, I don't give up. I still like to add some colorful elements on his plate, and just knowing that it puts a smile on his face when I do these fun shapes just makes me happy, and it's a treat, and it's kind of easy to make. Overall, I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. Give them a try and let me know if you liked any of them. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.